I've spent 1 week with this Jaecoo 7 plug-in hybrid, and in this video I'm going to tell you what it was like to live with, what I liked about it and what I didn't. Let's go! Alrighty, alright guys, and we're in. So, the Jaecoo 7 plug-in hybrid. How has it been for the week, Freya? She sits quite happily in her dog bed. Oh, there's things popping up on the screen saying I've just adjusted my seat. I know I've just adjusted my seat, I was the one that done it. And that's one of the things that I will get onto with this car, is that it has various quirks, some good, some not so good. So yeah, the Jaecoo 7, I'll get straight on to what I like and what I dislike. There was no start switch, there's no on button. Like most cars now, you'll get like a push button. And this isn't a full EV. This is a plug-in hybrid, so I'm looking everywhere for the button, couldn't find it. But what you do is you just put your foot on the brake and everything comes to life naturally. You walk away and lock the car, it'll beep to tell you it's locked, and then you're good, you're on your way. So far throughout the week, I've managed 48.7 miles per gallon since the last refuel. Now I've done a lot of mileage in this car, I have done a lot. And the car arrived to me on 17% battery. And I thought, okay, well that's not bad, right? That could be enough if you're maybe running backwards and forwards to work and you think, you know what, I can't be bothered charging this thing tonight. What do you get, you know, on your 17%? I don't trust you there, bub. You can't have a cow. Cows are not for eating. That's up for debate, isn't it? Basically, the car arrived to me with 17%. It's now on 14%, and I've been driving it constantly through the week, and I've been getting decent MPG. So the recharging thing in this car works super well. And you get 3 modes. You get low, standard and high, meaning you can adjust, you know, your brake regen however you see fit. That is one positive about this thing, is that it actually does quite well in terms of returning decent fuel economy. And at points I was seeing upwards of 56 and 57 miles per gallon, which is great. And for a family car like this one, you know, you want to get as much as you can economy wise. You know, maybe you've got a lot of trips to the beach, you've got a lot of family holidays to go on. Now, and it's a big now, the Skoda Kodiaq has a bigger boot, much bigger boot. The boot on this car, the boot floor in this car anyway, is just too high to get really anything reasonable in. You'll still get suitcases and stuff in, but yeah, there is quite a high lip to get into the boot. We got ourselves a carpet and loaded it into the car, which did come with a slight struggle, but you can move the seats electronically in this car by using this little switch here, backwards and forwards, up and down, which makes it handier, you know, for, you know, if you want to maybe fold it backwards or flat. There's lots of storage space, again another positive that I really like about this. You've got a really deep cubby hole here, lots of storage bins, you know, they're quite deep, and it's decent, and your kids will love it because they can stash like Play-Doh and wet crisps on the side and stuff. There's loads that you'll be cleaning out in here if you have kids, and you go on a family holiday, you'll find things everywhere. It has a wireless phone charger and 2 big cup holders, which is also great. Nice big opening panoramic roof, as you can see, which electronically folds all the way back. Glass itself also folds quite far back, not all the way back, but quite far back. This car also has really comfortable seats, and they're air cooled and heated as standard, and that brings me on to the standard tech list. It's so generous, you get so much with this thing. You get heads up display in the plug-in hybrid version. You know, you get this panoramic roof, you get so much to boot with it, but the thing that lets it down is this touchscreen in the middle, this large central touchscreen that basically controls absolutely everything in the car. You do have a few buttons down here, as I mentioned earlier. Oh, there's the engine kicking in, quite coarse, isn't it? The buttons down here don't do much. You have mode selection, which is ideal. You can switch this to go through between your drive modes, which is sport, normal and eco. In all honesty, normal mode has been my go-to throughout the week because I haven't seen any change with eco in terms of efficiency. This car has quite a large range, meaning you can, if you so choose, run it as an EV, you know, if you have a wall box, and then save your petrol for other trips. And it has something like a 57-58 mile range. I ran the battery low as if I'd be running it backwards and forwards to work and couldn't be bothered to charge it, which, to be honest, I can probably tell you that most people will do that. And charging this car takes about 6.5 hours from the wall box. I've seen a 600 mile range with the tank full, and the battery sitting at 17%. Now that did not happen, I did not cover all those miles. I'm currently on 265 miles left, and I have not done all that mileage. So it's not exactly a real world figure, and like I say, the MPG's 48.7 since last refuel, and most trips I'm getting between 50 and 58 depending on where I am and what I'm doing. Before we set off and go for a drive, there's one thing I need to mention that kind of bugs me, is that there's no sat-nav really on this car. There is a sat-nav app, like a sat-nav option. When you click it, I kept getting, I need an SD card. And then when I clicked on it now, I don't know what's changed, I haven't done anything. It's telling me I need to download an app onto my phone and scan a QR code to get the in-car sat-nav to work. So instead, I've just used Android Auto. Let's be honest, many people will use Android Auto. And on this car, it works okay. I had an incident yesterday where my wife and I were driving back from a restaurant and the sat-nav kept jumping. I was on Android Auto and my little arrow was zigzagging all over the country, and I restarted my phone, pulled over, restarted my phone, and continued to zigzag. It just wouldn't stop. Don't know what happened. In the end, we ended up turning it off because it was incredibly distracting with the map just going like this all the time. Alright, let's head off. Okay, Jaecoo, woo! This handles like low speed bumps really well. We've got a ramp coming up, and if I just drift really nicely over it, lovely. There we go, nice. You do get some juddering and shuddering through the car, but that doesn't bother me too much. Actually, this car is really, really quiet, and if I put this window up, that would help, wouldn't it? So you've got your aircon on, my little darling. Okay, so one thing to note about this car is the acceleration. So 0 to 60 in 8.5 seconds, 200 brake horsepower motor. It is coming into a 60 limit now. Here we go, nail the throttle. When I put the foot down, I'm getting this really odd like bump, bump, bump. It's not the fastest car in the world, but it is a family car and it will get you out of situations. And here's another issue. Through town, it's completely fine. On a back road like this one, where it's a bit windy, the steering is hypersensitive. So every tiny little input, oh there's the engine kicking in, quite loud. Yeah, so with every bit of input in the steering, the car just wants to go woo, woo, which completely takes any joy out of spirited driving if you are late for the school run and fancy getting your foot down a little bit. You have to be kind of careful in this car, because it probably will put you in a hedge if you're not careful. Gain a bit of acceleration. So yeah, that's my foot to the floor. It's not exactly shoving you into your seat with all those 200 horses, but this does weigh a lot. It's a luxury cruiser, or so it's meant to be. On the highway, or on the motorway if you like, it's 70 miles an hour. We recorded this car at 66 decibels, which is impressive. I'll put a little graph up on the screen of what that compares to. So here's a couple of corners again. So hypersensitive steering, there it goes. You cannot feel anything that the car is doing underneath you. It just feels so detached and just a bit jelly-like. It's not very drivey. It's not very drivey. It's not exactly a driver's car, this. Through towns it's quite pleasant. It glides along well. It handles bumps well. Not amazingly, but well. And let's be honest, you're getting a lot with your money here. You really do. And a plug-in hybrid with a great electric range. And if you pair the two together, you're getting really good MPG. But you need to be able to oversee some of the negatives. And again, the ADAS systems. These safety systems are incredibly annoying. It'll bing and it'll bong and it'll beep at absolutely everything. And in order to turn anything off, you have to scroll down on the touchscreen. And if you choose the wrong side, then you'll end up in some notification screen. So you have to scroll down from the right-hand side to get the ADAS controls. Do that, and you'll have 3 buttons that you can click. And these will be able to turn off all your annoying beeps and bongs. Of course, it will reset when you get back in the car. It's just the nature of things. And that's not any fault of Jaecoo's, that's actually just European legislation. And it's something that most manufacturers face these days, is that, you know, when you turn the car back on, all the beeps and bongs come on with it. More bongs and beeps and blings. So here are my thoughts on the Jaecoo 7 plug-in hybrid. You get a lot of tech and you get a lot out of the box. It's comfortable, it's quiet at speed, feels nice enough inside. There's lots of sort of nice soft touch stuff, some scratchy plastics, but it is a cheap car at the end of the day. You are getting so much. You get a really good electric range. If you can keep the battery charged, you will make the most of this. And if you have a wall box, you can jump between, you know, running it as an EV or a plug-in hybrid. You can run it as an EV and then save your petrol for the weekends. So should you buy the Jaecoo 7 plug-in hybrid? If you're on a budget and you're looking for something a bit different, then this is the car for you. It turns a lot of heads. Do get a big warranty with it, so if anything were to go wrong, you can get it fixed. If you can find a local Jaecoo dealer, which is, you know, another thing. It doesn't have the biggest boot in the world. Everything is controlled through a really annoying touchscreen. The touchscreen is fast. It's nothing like you get on a KGM product or SsangYong product. That's the mantle, if you like, of this car, is this touchscreen. There are some buttons, but not a lot. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. For now, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Freya, and I'll see you in the next one.